It's Diaspora Connect UG, bringing you closer to home. Diaspora Connect UG. Diaspora Connect UG.
Kyalibadde kirungi omuntu okuvuga nze nagenda ku ssomero n'abaana bamusabire n'amagunga so bamanyi mikwano gyange naye enough can be enough. Oba okoze gwena ofuna ne family yo n'enganda yo ne banneibabo ne tribe yo, it's okay. You put development, but we need fairness. We need someone who is going to speak for every tribe. Singaba de Mao, Singaba de Mutumula, and not to support him. If it's for the good of Uganda, twagala buli mwale afune ebirungi ebiva mu Uganda.
Equal share.
It might not be equal, but everyone has to be taken care of. Obulamu bumpi, naye twagala omuntu okubanga ayimirirawo atufaako kuba byalina ssente. Naye si ssente ze z'ayagala, ayagala kulabirira Munnayuganda. That's why I like Bobby Wine. The transformation of Ghetto Watu say, I really respect this guy. Alaga chomuntu yenna, aina potential. Mukama kuma Bobby Wine.
So I hadn't given a chance to listen to Bobby Wine. I've been criticizing him all the time because I don't believe in the way he's fighting for democracy. Because the one I believe in tuko imitwasi agalilakwa litomera, tuko imitwasi agalilakwa litomera, tuko imitwasi agalilakwa litomera. Nakuba bagani kunde banange tiki ngono mulondono. Netukomekeza na kulonze ibulenge eligena mu parliament. So I want to talk about Bobby Wine. So tukwatomera, everyone knows the umbrella. Ibulenge mu parliament because they are using the same tactics for the opposition to try to so I believe now that we tactics same there are to abantu abantu bakiyamba okulachi okujja museveni mu museveni bwe twatutali mwoko muzemu tulondono akalina okunanyisa okufanga tamani bokwe kango kwe bamusikina atamani bokwe bana bayo tumanyi kino bana Uganda zitegeera oliyagenda azike aleni malwaliro oje kuyitala n'abantu baneko lindo bine binakironzo biri mu parliament bitegeera tebirina magezi akatecha ba politician ba member of parliament ba bene retirement strategy baba mu parliament kaba munyagwa abatabira bakola at the end of the day tayina bibira abagenga chi bagenga NRM ko sasa kwa abantu set ne bajoininga opposition ina set tukuna kwa bakola chi sujoininga so abantu tele bana mu parliament nakubalo bagene retirement strategy baba baba kwa because financial force hey tibajoininga NRM because when you get NRM baba against that's another possibility because so Kama kunonze okukulonda abantu kwangona nile kwangona nile sitwakola ngedda shumbaleza bakubweni wabazi banana tushingamba tusemko because yesu bitwa because so sanje kijako 2026 tulonde abantu abalala abero kufana kwachi na watu weza kwa byali mpanya bisawe na kwa family right now tunja bana bashami malende bamunyabonyeza uli mungu nenga awenya because abanye strategy bakamba batujja tuli ku sympathy tutakuze byakisimu nze kya babantu bamuze kya babantu bana onaka kagenda kuba mu musoro bade wow twagala tugenda kula nyansi neba partitions that family tukasoka mazenze kya babantu bana kuba bana portfolios tubalina I don't know what is it called. So the question I don't do, but it's what I do. You're not going to call it out, but it's what I do. Manifest. Tell him what I manifest, take it up competition stuff. That's what it's in which you are getting on the never know what it's so I'm not excited to look at 26, meaning to be very strategic. To never have against someone who are no playing against tomorrow. To at least we make sure I know come apply in Uganda University, have potential candidates. All of them parliament college, but you have about women to Kiza to Ghana, we parliament no, Watomila. Finafana to one parliament in our member and also come winner. Don't try to come and do a baga, I've been a friend to Mamania. Check my money at one, never gave a parliament. But I will give it. Next to my cost Monagal, that is my right to run. But the guy is not the concept of the Canadian marriage. In a time of ground, or what else one from the other Kolachi, or we are into the battle to begin out to one. No, they are kind of against the beginning of Kolachi. So, my own and I don't know I listen to him saying that if I can support him or not. I want to tell no government to one of this one I for FDC. But I don't believe in the strategy that that's why I always criticize him on what on Facebook. See why I with the FDC. They don't so work for going to because that's he's really very young. And he's using a platform through music. He's using a platform through music to fight a dictator. I know China. We are not going to so if you can write on Facebook, if you can talk, use other platforms on social media to talk, it's not just the song, but what's the meaning in it? Use other platforms to make sure you are shaping each and every person. I didn't jump into any area. To my question, what we find different between them and TV to allow this. The money is spending in the state house, the money is spending on lots of MPs in Parliament. So the person who an MP like Kumi, say this guy says there's no sort of let's call it Udo, let's call it Masumero, let's call it Che, let's call it Maragi. But now again, the young and young study with natural in my position. People power, people power, Kunga, Chavo Kunga, Kunga, Chavo Kunga, Kunga, Lupu Kunga, Kunga, California Kunga. Very Flavia, I'm going to go up Lamana. And she was stuck as in a local. And Sabia Kim Love, Mudemo, Diabetic. See your name. Chico. One, Kim Love about I get for MPs and all that. Kim, I believe you're okay. Now get it up. You want no 311. But President Chuang, we have a day in Boston. Some gentleman named Kanamga. There's something you told me. Nti is a Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Bobby Wine Kuwagira. Now you can have the maybe Gabobi. Yamusimo Kuwagira. Namugamba, Tawaginanzi. You're not supporting me. I can't be a Kulani leader. If you may correct me, you're a Kulani leader. Namugamba, don't want a leader. Because as we talk today, I am far better than 1 million Ugandans who are in Uganda suffering today. So if you think you're fighting for me, Bobby Wine, you are doing it wrongly. Fight for yourself. Uganda, you're my brother. You are not giving Kyagulanyi a chance to listen to him. You are not giving him a chance to listen to him or for you to Kulokoka because of Kyagulanyi. I kindly request you, if you want to Kulokoka and follow Kyagulanyi, do it on your own. Do it for your mother. Do it for your sister, for your brother, for your family. But as you speak today, you are the sacrifice for your family. Yes. I am the sacrifice for my family. Yes. You understand? Today, Kim, you can afford good health care in America here. Many of your family members cannot. If you say, you are not doing it for Bobby Wine, not for Kauma, not for Semakula, not for anybody else. We are doing it for our families that we left back home in Uganda. I stand today and I say, Flavia Mbuteyo, Jagala and Gute Nunti Uganda, Sinikola Bikwanga Kyagulanyi, no way. Mbikola Kwanga Tata Wangekula Mwana Pasukila, Ali Komba, he can't afford
my family, your family, his family will be okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ninawa Gulunga Basaba. Buli abunyise enjiri people power. Tonji bunyisa kubanga Kyagulanyi. Fena tukimanyi bulungi Kyagulanyi agenda okujja mu ntebe nga mugagga. Yes. Ng'alina buli kimu. Yes. Nebwakira n'agamba I'm no longer President Wanu, he can afford taking his kids on holiday, taking his kids to whichever country you go to. But because I know Timako Uganda, that's why he's doing whatever he's doing right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever we're doing, tuchikolera fair. Families are fair, bana are fair, basade are fair. Me and you have kids back home, I have kids back home. You're not. Yes? You're not. So, you are the sacrifice for your family, not Kyagulanyi. Twekera okola batugamba tukolera Kyagulanyi. Twekolere. Mbawa Gulunga mbagamba, nsemeri Flavia namulindwa. People power is our power.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Ohio. Kunga, Ohio, Kunga. Kunga, Ohio, Kunga. Kunga, Cleveland, Kunga. Kunga, Columbus, Kunga. Kunga, Cincinnati, Kunga. Kunga, Ohio, Kunga. Yes, we have so many brothers and sisters from Ohio. Welcome. So greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The president will be coming shortly. But I wanted to talk to you about some of the events that we have coming up for the National Unity Platform. Natalanga tuli wano, wate jagala, tuve wano mwenamwanyi, between a convention in Dako. We have a convention coming up in August in Washington, D.C. It's the National Unity Platform Diaspora Convention. It's going to take place from August 11th. Ennaku z'omwezi 11 okutuusa ennaku z'omwezi 14. August 11th to August 14th, we have a convention in Washington, D.C. Mbakubiriza mwenda bannaye mu registering. Registration is $250. Omukutu gwaffe NUPDC2023.com. Again, NUP, bw'oba olina akasimuko ogenda ku NUPDC2023.com. Also registering for the convention. Registration is $250. To book your reservation for the hotel is $144. So $144 a night. But the rooms are running out, so I encourage everyone who wants to be part of that convention, try to go on the website, register for the convention, book your hotel room before they run out, to make sure that we take care of all of you in case we run out of our hotel rooms. The boat cruise is $200, hotel room $144, and that comes with breakfast every morning. So I encourage all of you to register. If you are here and you haven't registered today, please reach out to me, reach out to Mr. Semakula or any of your chapter leaders to make sure that you can register for the convention as soon as possible.
Kunga, Ohio, Kunga. Kunga, Chicago, Kunga. Kunga, Bachala, Kunga. Kunga, Women Power, Kunga. Kunga, Youth Power, Kunga. Kunga, everybody else, Kunga. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming up. We know it was at short notice, but thank you for making the time. I'll try to use English because I know there are some people from other countries who have joined us. So our guests at least should be able to communicate. Those from Ohio, we come with a big, strong team from the Buckeye State. For those of you who know about American politics, what happens in Ohio will determine what happens in the nation. So we believe what happens in Ohio is going to determine what happens in our nation, Uganda. So please, could I invite Mr. Gombe here to stand up. And we thank you so much, sir. You and your family for all the service that you've been providing. He's been chairing this. He's been leading our team. We are really grateful for you, Mr. Gombe, for taking all the time and all the sacrifices you have made. Thank you so much. And the missus is here with the family. And then we have the rest of our team from Cincinnati, Cleveland, Dayton, Akron. Could you please, people from Buckeye State, stand up and be recognized?
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for me. So delighted to have you, sir. Mr. President, we are so delighted. All right. Basebole banyabo tusanyuse nnyo okulaba omuliro omukulu ekifo kino omulindwa tusanyuse nnyo okulaba ssebo. Mu kiseera kino tugenda kutandika omukolo gwaffe ngawe twateeseteese. We are going to open up our function, our event, by starting with singing our national anthems. We are going to have 3 national anthems, one of Uganda, USA, and the one for our party, National Unity Platform. Please, DJ, you can lead us in this session, please. USA, just one stanza, please.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose most lights and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly steaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. On the shore dimly seen through his melody, where the foes of evil seemed to silence reposes. What is that which the breeze on the towering steep, as it fearfully blows, half conceals, half discloses? Now it catches the gleam of the morning's first beam. In full glory reflected, now shines on the screen. 'Tis the stars and good manner, oh, long day it wait. O'er the land of the free and the home of the
Hello. Ask yourself, why are you here? And you answer yourself. We are here to dedicate our meeting to our Heavenly Father. I will start with a reading. God moved from Isaiah 43, 1 to 3. But now, thus says the Lord, He who created you, O Jacob, He who formed you, Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name, you are mine. When you pass through the waters, I'll be with you. And through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned, and the flames shall not consume you. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, King of Kings, we come before you today in humility and faith. We thank you for all you have given us, and we bless you, and we thank you for the blessings in our lives. We ask for your Holy Spirit, for guidance, strength, and protection. Show us the way and fill us with courage and wisdom. Help us to remember your love and grace, and to be faithful to your service to you, O Lord. Give us the patience and understanding to face life's challenges with grace. May you, the good Lord, protect, guide, and counsel all those who fight for justice and peace, more especially Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. May you be with him always, and those who accompany him, wherever they may go. We have prayed everything through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure tonight to stand here on behalf of the organizing committee to welcome you to Chicago. Thank you so much for coming. We have been waiting for this day, and we are so blessed that you came. I know how tight everybody's schedule is. America is a busy world, a busy society. And thank you for putting off time, your busy schedule, to be here. Your presence is very important. I guarantee you it's gonna be an evening full of fruitful deliberations, and it's gonna be remarkable in your life. There is something to learn. We have here people who are coming from far. Allow me to recognize people who have boarded planes from far, those who have come from near, people have taken trains, people have taken buses, people have driven, people have walked to come to Chicago. So I want to recognize your presence here. I know we have people who are coming from Washington, D.C. Where are you people who are coming from Washington? Please put up your hand. Okay, the team from Ohio, where are you? Ohio. Yeah, we have people who are coming from California, where are you? Yes, from California. People who are coming from Wisconsin, our neighbors here. We have people coming from Massachusetts, Boston, yes. Then can I see the hosts tonight? Those who are coming from Chicago. from the people of Chicago to welcome you so much. Mr. President, we want to let you know that we are so much honored to have you in the house tonight. We have been awaiting for this day. We know how far you have traveled, 2 days on flight to come. We are so much blessed to have you in the house. I recognize in a special our friends from America, American friends. Where are you? Mr. President, we want to let you know that while we are here, we have made friends. They are part of our family. They take care of us, the people we found here. They have turned America into home for us. But of course, we cannot deny the fact that we are here, but our hearts are back home. Thank you so much for coming. We have spent sleepless nights in Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Give him a hand of applause. I want you to know that these ladies and gentlemen, the boys and the girls you see in the house, Mr. President. Those who went to the airport kept communicating with us. He has touched the ground of Chicago. I'm so glad that you are finally in the house. Your presence here is going to be memorable. We are putting it on our hearts. We know it's going to be a lot for us to learn. One of my famous writers and politician, you know him very well, Martin Luther King Jr. said, our lives end the day we become silent about the matters, the things that matter in our lives. Our lives become dead the day we become silent about things that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, I know the hopes, the desires, the aspirations that we share as a nation bring us together. This evening we are here to talk about things that benefit us, not only us, but our children, our great-grandchildren's children, and then the generation to come. That is why we are here tonight. We are going to talk. So feel free to talk. Feel in Chicago. Feel at home. Feel at ease. This is no congregation. Here we talk. For us, we talk. We do not keep quiet. The first day I sat in an American school, my professor told me, welcome to America. Here in America, one thing we must learn before we start, self-advocacy. You have to learn to speak for yourself. If you do not speak for yourself in this college, nobody's going to speak for you. I'm glad we are here to talk. We are going to talk. Feel free to talk, ladies and gentlemen. So feel like you are going to enjoy the evening. I want to recognize people from Ohio in a special. They came with a great dancer. Maria, where are you? Maria and the team from Ohio. We want to welcome the president and everyone in style, in the Chicago style, but in Ohio way. Maria, please come. Yes, Maria prepared. She's going to sing. She's going to dance for us. Shakespeare says, if music be the food of love, then play with it. So we are going to be playing, but don't worry. Music and dance is going to be part of the event. Feel free to dance, feel free to okunye yamu. So edenga wetulinda to get the freedom, let you know kulitandika katika kuegezamu wano wetulimba tuzima ebyokulya wendile ladies and gentlemen, wendile emirembe to go and pick something to drink, to pick something to dance, to pick something to eat and drink. Okay, I'm told Maria has come with Mosh Kapon.
Yes, our own.
So, Mr. President, Pagalokuloza nti bolese ewaka balungi. When this form for all about actually, I realized that I told my husband, I observed he watches NTV News, he watches every bit. Awuliza amawulire ge Uganda n'awuliza n'ebirango. But it is a sign I know he's here, but his heart is back home. I know most of you here, your hearts are back home. We are here, but our dear ones, our parents, our children, our aunties and uncles are back home. So much as that concern home. You took water, whenever they have a week, when they know, wow, you are here driving on roads, it's time So thank you for putting matters of our country deep down your hearts. Yeah, we all believe and trust that Mr. President usually says that freedom is not going to be voluntarily given to you by the oppressor, but the oppressed must demand for it. I quote him, that freedom is not going to be given to you voluntarily by the oppressor, but the oppressed must demand for their freedom. So I'm sure you're here because to demand, Uganda is a country with independence, but the question is, are we independent, ladies and gentlemen? So those dreams that we have to see our country get better. Not about the whole way of honest man and the the first time I got a car here, I went to get on a year Here in America, you drive any car you want, irrespective of the CCs. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we want for our home back in Uganda. I noted one person saying that Ian Clark, I was following up his Facebook page last week, that you cannot be free and secure at the same time. That whenever we have freedom, then chances are high that you will not have security. However, we can work towards that. We can live in a free world, but with security.
Hey. I don't know where to start. I'm overwhelmed by seeing you all here. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation at such a short notice. When they told us the president was visiting us, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God. In 2 weeks, knowing my community, I was overwhelmed with a lot of mixed feelings. I was excited, happy the president is coming. I was scared, nervous. My community won't show up. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. In a special way, I would like to thank the people of Ohio. Ohio people, please give us a thank you, Ohio, for coming. When Ohio, we reached out. I only made calls one day, and this team put themselves together, and all they were doing was giving me updates every day. They mobilized each other, and they drove all the way from Ohio, and they are here with us. Thank you, Ohio. Mr. President, Chicago is honored and blessed to have you. It is a great blessing that we have you today. I'd like to welcome other dignitaries. We work with a team of leadership led by Dr. Kauma Daniel from Washington, D.C. We have Mr. Advisor Hamada Deviona from Boston. He doesn't like to sit at the high table. Madam VP, we have this great lady, Leila Mtasa from Boston. And where is Comrade Marvin? Marvin Imujuzi, team leader Boston, and chapter liaison. We have Joel Semakula as the Director of Finance. He's from California. These people traveled to be with us. Yes, so with me, I work with a team of leaders. I recognize them. I have Sharon Nairere. Sharon, come up, please. Come on up. I have Mami Nyenje Godfrey. Mami Ronald Mochivi. I have Comrade Derek Magola. Comrade Aaron Navatanzi. Yes, I would like for you to come up and be recognized in a special way. This team has been with me all through the stress of organizing this event. I called them every single day on Zoom. Oh, Comrade Kaka, that is AKA Kaka. Isaac Kayanja, please come on up. Kaka, come up. These people have been so supportive. Thank you a lot. Thank you, team. You can go back. Chicago, I only have a few words for you, and I'll only talk about silence. I sense and I have experienced a lot of silence in my community. When it comes to our country, there is a lot of noise in our community, but I don't find all this noise productive to us. The noise of UNA, the noise of NRM, the noise of MK doesn't give us anything, doesn't give us any mileage to liberating our country. Being silent in the face of injustice, Chicago people, make us complicit with our oppressors. We shouldn't be silent about things of concern. These things, I always tell people, politics is not rocket science. And I'm not a politician. Politics is things that you see. What do you see at home? What do you see in Uganda? Why are you in America in the first place? Why are you in America? School? Why didn't you go back after school? Okay, so I'm in America because there was no job at home. Because I was oppressed, because I was persecuted as a political opponent, as a political activist. I would like to be in Uganda. I'm sorry, our sisters and brothers in America, Uganda is far better than America. I would love to stay in Uganda and visit America. I'm only in America because a dictator that has been in power for 37 years hasn't provided enough for me. He's not letting me stay in my country. So, comrades, we need to speak up. We need to speak up to the injustices, and we need to join the struggle. I would like to see all this team work with me every day. Please, I urge you to not to stop today. I know the president will not be here tomorrow. I would like to see you back. I would like to see you all the time with me. Well, still encouraging us. Some of us ask questions like, hey, when will this be done? You ask me a lot of those questions. what is going to be done. This is a revolution. And I would love us to be like that man that planted a tree, not even knowing that we'll never even sit under its shade. Let us just contribute, put there a brick, knowing that other generations, at least, let it be your legacy. Comrades, I am so proud of doing this. I'm not doing anyone a favor to do this. I do this because I know I want a better Uganda. And if I don't do it, no one else will do it. Hey, people will hate me because in Illinois, Mr. President, in Chicago, when you talk about opposition, what do you become? You become an enemy of the community. No one will be hated more than one who says the truth. And I stand on my truth. My word is my bond, and I'll tell you, Uganda needs change. That's what we should do. That's what we should do. And I urge all of you, I request you to please believe in your ability. Embrace your responsibility as a Ugandan in the diaspora to liberate Uganda. No one is going to liberate Uganda. You know how bad Uganda is. No one else knows that. So, comrades, it is upon you. It is upon me. It starts with me. I won't talk too much, but I want to remind us that liberating Uganda is a constant work in progress. It is more than singing its praises. Or Uganda, but we have to act on it. We have to act and make Uganda better again, and we can do it. Thank you, I love you. I would like to see you again and again and again.
Let's work together. Let's build our party. We don't discriminate. Point number 4 or 5. We need to grow our membership. Party membership means you're committed to the cause, means we know where to find you. Please, if we can get everyone in this room to be a member tonight, that means we can reach you, that means we have your phone number, that means we have your email, so that when we have our next event, we know where to find you. So please join the party. Reach out to your chapter leaders, reach out to Madame Helen, reach out to Marvin if you're from Boston, reach out for Daudi if you're from DC. Let's grow our party. So that's our priority. We're going to agitate, we're going to mobilize, we're going to organize, we don't discriminate, we are going to grow our party. That's what our team is going to do. I had a lot of other things to say, but I used to live in Minnesota, so tomorrow we'll be in Minnesota. So please, Minnesota, we're coming. Those of you who want to drive, it's just 6 hours, I remember. You can come and join us in Minnesota. That's the last meeting our president has. We thank him for this sacrifice. I see him on his phone all the time. President, so he has sacrificed that time to be with us here. So use this opportunity to ask him questions. Give him advice. The president, the president, let's build them up. Let's not tear them down. They have been calling for entertainment for the last 10 minutes. But now, you got so many young. But I'm so young. So, our president, when he came, going people power, Kyagulanyi Minister. Osiwo ne wanyabo. Awupanga kusakala okuyita the legally elected president. The legally elected president by the majority of the Ugandan people. Allow me to welcome our president, our friend, our brother, His Excellency, Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi.
Thank you. Thank you. Nze mbasaba tuwe mu ggwanga etona ye nga tulowooza ng'abakulu twewale n'okuyiga obuyisa bw'abo abafuzi abajjudde omululu tuteme n'empende ezikuza eggwanga eppyanira erijjudde amabavu saba mwejjukize emitima mwe Uganda ne Uganda kiddemu kyogere nti ffe Uganda aba muno wakuliranye nti ffe Uganda kiddemu kimugambe ffe Uganda. We are the country, we are the future, we are the children but we need. We are the youngest population in the world, we stand a chance. We are the leaders of the future and the future is today. We are the leaders of the future and the future is today. We are the leaders of the future and the future is today. If we only come together, we can change our destiny. Thank you. People power! People power! Our power! People power! Our power! Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. Thank you. What a pleasure. What a pleasure to be with you, brothers and sisters. God is good and all the time. Our Muslim brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm very glad. I hope I'll be able to speak in English all through. I know we come from different ethnicities, different backgrounds, we speak different languages. But because it's called Oluzungu lwange olugolo manyi okwekwata. So every once in a while, every now and then when I go vernacular, please bear with me. But I'm very glad to be with you today, dear our community leader, Kojawange Sebunkoma, Sebonsanyu Senyo Kolaba, Father Patrick, Sebonsanyu Senyo Kolaba, our diaspora overall leader, Dr. Kauma, my sister Helen, our brothers and sisters, the leaders of the chapters, different chapters, our fellow Ugandans, and the friends of Uganda. I'm very, very honored to be addressing you today. When I came to America, I did not come to meet Ugandans. No. I was invited for a conference called the State of the Black World Conference in Washington. And I was going to address leaders, Pan-African leaders from all over the world. But I grabbed this opportunity to ensure that I interact with fellow Ugandans and friends of Uganda from different chapters. I've been in the US for 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. We interacted with Ugandans in Washington. We interacted with Ugandans in Boston, Ugandans in New York yesterday, and here we are. Tomorrow we are going to Minnesota before I go back home. I saw it important to meet you, brothers and sisters, because you are important. As a matter of fact, I think you're much more important than you even recognize. You are the cream of Ugandans. Each Ugandan I see in the diaspora, and particularly here in America, I see you represent more than 1,000 Ugandans. Practically, financially, but most importantly, ideologically. You guys support so many Ugandans. You support Ugandans in your different families. But most importantly, you are the guys that supported our campaign. We never lacked anything. We never lacked food. We never lacked fuel. We carried out a superb campaign. And I'm glad to once again report to you that we won the election. So I'm not addressing you. The last time I was here, it was a concert. Did I ever perform here? Yeah. The last time I was in the US, I'd come to perform, to make money as an artist. I'm here to address you as the president of Uganda. Nobody contends that, not even General Museveni. But again, I'm addressing you as your servant. Because for us, we believe in servant leadership. It is very important that we interact with Ugandans, not only those that are in the country, but you that are not in the country. Like my sister said, many of you, majority of you, are not here because you want, but because this is a country that provides what your minds deserve. I always say that we are first world citizens stuck in a third world country. It's not a third world country because it's poor. No, Uganda is not poor. Uganda is rich. Africa is rich, but Ugandans are poor. That and more is caused because of the leadership failure that is back home. So I find it important to connect with you, ladies and gentlemen, so we get to discuss our country, the past, the present, and the future. Most importantly, the future. All of you here, many of you are young, but there's going to come a time when you're 50, 60, 70. What kind of country are you going to go back to? Or even before you go back, what about the people that stayed home? So these and more are some of the things that I wanted us to discuss. I'm privileged to be talking to you because we cannot do this home. We cannot do this in our country. I was elected by millions of people to represent them, but I cannot be allowed to talk to the people of Uganda. No, I cannot. There are even laws that prohibit us from meeting to discuss the future of our country. You can meet 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people if you're meeting to get drunk and party the night away. But if you're meeting to discuss the future of Uganda, you are breaking the law. You are not allowed to meet 5 people unless the Inspector General of Police gives you permission. That is where we are. So I find it very, very useful to meet you. I know that I'm speaking to you, but I'm speaking to thousands, tens of thousands, or perhaps millions that are watching us online. This is the only opportunity that I get to send out this message and to interact with fellow Ugandans, because we cannot meet at home. The last time our members of parliament tried to meet people, you saw what happened. My brother Nyanzi is now crippled because he tried to lawfully meet our members. Honorable Susan Mugabe is in hospital. She was thumped by male soldiers and police officers. What is her crime? Meeting people that she represents in parliament. Just the other day, other female members of parliament, like I'm sure you've been watching, were humiliated on the streets because they dared to peacefully, non-violently and unarmed express their dissatisfaction with the impunity that's going on home. So that is where we are, my brothers and sisters. Why do I meet you? It's important that you don't just see me on social media or hear us from afar. Like I said the last time, many of you saw me physically. I was an artist. We were dancing the night away. I was making some money. I I like to make money, I like to party. So, what makes me cut off my hair and put on these suits and come to talk to you in a formal way? I come to explain to you, brothers and sisters, that we are not in these things because we like them. We are trying to save our country. We are trying to change fortunes back home. These things that we are doing, my father should have done them. But because he did not, I am condemned to do them. And if I don't do this, I'll be condemning my children, my sons and daughters to do it. What are we about? We started out as the People Power movement. People Power is about restoring power to the people of Uganda. It's about making the people of Uganda, enabled to hold leaders accountable, like it is here in America. We've been taught time and again that leaders don't do the right thing because they're very good people. No. Biden does not do the right thing because he's a very good man. No. But because you don't bring nonsense to Americans, they have rights. And they hold you accountable. And they can kick you the hell out because they are the ones who put you in that power. So we are trying to empower Ugandans through the vote because it is provided by the law. Uganda has gone through so much, brothers and sisters, through so much. Once upon a time, we were ruled by foreigners, by the British, the whites that came, took over our country for more than 60 years, robbed our country, humiliated our people. So our grandfathers rose up. They said independence now. They pressured, they agitated, they mobilized, they organized, and we got independence. And like I was telling brothers and sisters in New York, that was the new day that had come. Our parents jubilated because their own sons and daughters had taken over. They knew that their country was rich, and they expected the wealth of their country to benefit them. A new day had come, although the celebrations did not last. As you know, we lost that. 1966, that is when the violence began. That is when the fighting began. That is when the human suffering started. It went on and on. We descended into dictatorship. One leader coming in forcefully and being kicked out forcefully. So in 1980, when there was an election and it was purportedly rigged, General Museveni mobilized our fathers, our mothers, our aunties, promising them fundamental change, telling them that if they get together, it is going to change once and for all. There's going to be an end to rigging the election. There's going to be an end to human rights violation. There's going to be an end to state-sanctioned enforced disappearances, etc., etc. They joined him. They paid a great sacrifice. 500,000 of our people, your people, were killed. So when General Museveni took over in 1986, we celebrated again. We sang, broke into song and dance. He stood on the footsteps of our parliament. And as he was swearing in, he said that the problem of Africa in general and Uganda in particular are the leaders who overstay in power. That was 37 years ago. The same guy is still there. There's no one, anybody to remind him of what he said. He has kept himself in power using the gun, killing anybody or imprisoning anybody that threatens his power. So we rose and we thought the people of Uganda once again have to turn things around. Only this time we didn't intend to turn things around violently, at least not us. We went to elections and all of you saw what happened. Many of you are not in Uganda today, and I can even see some faces here because of the injustice that is going down home, because of the history of the hostility that is home. So we are here because we want to change things. We are in Uganda, but we cannot do this alone. I am talking to you because you are the cream of our fellow Ugandans. Historically, the diaspora has a very powerful role. Yes, we got independence, But in many ways, dictators like Idi Amin, like Mobutu, and like Museveni are empowered by the Western countries, and more particularly, the United States. So you have a role to play because you are near them. You have a role to play because you have the kind of freedom that we do not have. Back home, you have to be mad like me to speak out. Some people back home even fear to take a picture with me. Even some of my relatives. That is, yeah, it would be funny if it was not sad. That is where we are, brothers and sisters. So I come to share with you these things, to preach to you. For abakiriza mu Yesu, Mukama waffe Yesu yalagira nti mugende mubuulire enjiri mawanga gonna. Oyo anakkiriza yalikola ki? Yaliwona. Ate oyo atalikkiriza gumaze omusinga. Kanange njagala nzije mbibagambe mbeere omusango ogwejjeeko, so that it's upon you. I don't enjoy doing this, brothers and sisters. I prefer singing. I am better at singing than talking. But somebody has to do this. So that is why we are here today. What do we believe in? Our values are discipline, reliability, integrity, inclusiveness, and service. We are a group of people that believe that Uganda should belong to Ugandans, that we should transform our education system and stop producing job seekers and to produce job makers. And we also even change the narrative so that even a person that started MDD like me is respected. You get my point? We want to transform our healthcare system, friends. Every day, 18 of our women die giving birth. Every day, every day. They died yesterday, they are dying today, or they have already died, they are going to die tomorrow. That is how it has been, that is how it is, and that is how it's going to be until we change it. Every day, 300 children die in Uganda. 300 children under the age of 5. They die of avoidable causes. Now this is Ministry of Health data. I believe there are much more. Whatever backward those numbers, they probably are more. We want to change that. Every day we are destroying the Pearl of Africa, destroying our environment, destroying our swamps, destroying our lakes, destroying our rivers. We are destroying a generation. So we are here to inform you of our mission. We are trying to transform that. I could go on and on and on about what we want to do, but that's just hypothetical thinking. All those are just ideas in our heads. That is not how it is. We want to change our healthcare system. That is not how it is. What is the state of affairs back home? It's deplorable. It is sad. It is sickening. Ebintu bigenda maaso waka baganda bange. Ebitono nnyo ebikimekeka to social media nabyo bikabya nkakasa mubiraba baganda bange. Mubiraba, you see the impunity. We have laws but they don't work. Well, they work on some people but not all people. The problem with family rule is that the ruling family is above the law and the law is subjective to them. You have seen, according to our law, a serving military officer is forbidden from engaging in partisan politics. You have seen General Museveni's son moving around campaigning in our military uniform, using our resources as a nation, celebrating his birthdays on public money. At the same time, General Museveni is silent about that. You have seen Mulago and the money they need. The money that Museveni uses in 5 days can revamp Mulago. He uses 2 billion shillings. 2 billion shillings every day. It sounds like a joke, but it's true. 2 billion shillings, million yenkumi big Museveni is a somebody Naku. Okay? That's his daily budget. Mulago is suffering because he does not have 10 billion. So if Museveni sleeps for 5 days, Mulago will be better. But that's not the case. That is how it is in Uganda, friends. Okay? You've seen the corruption. It is sickening in every sector. In every sector. There's a scandal every day, and these are the scandals that make it to the papers. You're talking about iron sheets. But did you see what happened in NSSF? I have members of parliament in parliament, and all of you saw that we were all appalled when each member of parliament was given 40 million, that's about 20 billion. Now that money alone that was used to bribe members of parliament is enough to build a Chiruto hospital. So in brief, a hospital was eaten by members of parliament as a bribe. Now that is not the story. Where is the story? They were given that as a bribe so that the regime steals 317 billion as a Chiruto maker using Groko construction. There's a scandal every day. Every day. You saw about Lubowa. You saw about the coffee and Pinetti. It goes on and on and on. Banange bino byembagamba bya ddala. Bano basajja beewola ssente bazeewola mu linnya lyo. Goyinza okulowooza oli seefu oli Amerika bazeewola mu linnya lya maamawo, erinnya ly'omwanawo, erinnya ly'omuzzukulu ate nga gwogenda ozisasula. According to the projection, for us to pay off that debt, it's going to take us 95 years. And they're still borrowing. And they invest it in these countries. That is where we are as a country. Okay? You have seen the exhibitions that are ongoing. The good thing about we Ugandans were so humorous. And I believe if we did not have so much humor, we would die of depression. You saw the pothole exhibition. Boita Mokampala. There's a joke that according to Paulo, we drive on the left. But we don't drive on the left, we drive on what is left. Like I said, it would be so funny if it wasn't sad. That is where we are. The infrastructure is rotten. The hospitals, the schools. We could go on and on and on. Talking about it is a crime. You have seen gross human rights violations where people that dare to speak out for the love of their country are abducted and killed. Who is the head of abductions? Museveni's son, Muhoozi. Nchiddamu, abantu baffe babawamba ne babalaawa. Gw'omanyi okukwata mutabani wo oba muganda wo oba neighbor ne bamulaawa ng'ente byenjogerako bya ddala. Ne bamulaawa, they castrate them to make sure they cause as much fear as possible in the population. To communicate to you, you cannot talk about this. Uganda has owners. They come pick up ladies, they arrest them or abduct them and rape them. You've all seen our sister Marinos, who was picked up and raped. Sometimes they rape them on camera. Bino byembagamba bituufu. I live in Uganda. And if I'm lying, I challenge them to prosecute me. You saw when they picked one of our friends called Mwesigwa Eric, and they burned him with the flat iron. Unfortunately, sometimes oppressed people are so oppressed that they see no option. After being humiliated, ne bamugamba gwe katolaba tolina kyosobola kukola naye katukuweeyo million 2 wano okyuse ebigambo byo. And you've seen them. And this idiotic man called Kyagulanyi Felix, the spokesperson of our military, he comes out and says, Bobby Wine is the one that abducted this young man and tortured him. Idiot. I challenged the Kyagulanyi, why don't you arrest me? I live in Magere. I work in Kamoja and Kavuli. Why don't you arrest me? They can't. Just like they arrested me, tortured me in Arua, and paraded 2 machine guns. They say we found those guns in Bobby Wine's room. Somehow the guns melted. Up to now I'm asking for my guns. They don't give me my guns because they were not there. So that is where we are as a country. But I don't want to depress you, friends. You know, back in the day, every time I met you, we were dancing and singing and jumping. So I don't want to depress you. But it's important to tell you the reality back home so that you don't get lost in America. You are not Americans. You will come back to Uganda. But what kind of Uganda are you going to come back to? I come here to preach a solution. What is the solution? You are the solution. We are the solution. Nobody is coming to save us. Nobody, not Americans, not the British, not the international community. No. In fact, many of them are complicit to this. You are the solution. And guess what? That solution is much more powerful than you think, brothers and sisters. You have a role. You members in the diaspora, you have a role. And we'll get to discuss this role in the times that are coming. But nobody is going to come to save you. We have to save ourselves. We. And intended not to be the one speaking to you because I've said these things over and over again. I've sung them in songs. I've said them, many people say them even more eloquently than I do. Dr. Besije has spoken about this. The late Dr. Semogiri has spoken about this. All my colleagues have spoken about this. I've spoken about this. So this, I wanted it to be an interaction. To share, to pick those from you, and also get questions from you. So we can share. But most importantly, I want by the time we leave here to stir a spirit of patriotism, a spirit of ownership of our country. That is the most important thing that we can give to each other. So that every time you go to bed, having come from your work, you ask yourself a question: what have I done to advance the struggle for a better Uganda? It is not about me, guys. No, it's not. The way we live, every time I get to speak to people, I do as if it's the last time. Because I can't guarantee I'm going to see you again. That crazy dictator could throw me to a jail like he did to Sejini and others for years. He can even murder me. That's why I'm trying on every opportunity to cause as much damage to the dictatorship as possible. To try and shake its pillars as much as possible. And if you join in that, we can save our country. Not only in our lifetime, but when we still have energy and time to enjoy that. So, before I ask you, comrades, to share your thoughts, and maybe to pose some questions, I want to leave just 2 important messages. First, to you, the Ugandans, because this is our duty. And I also see some people that seem like they are not Ugandans. But now that they are here, we know they are friends of Uganda and they care about us. And they also have a role. To you, brothers and sisters, the Ugandans, our brother Dr. Kauma said it The most important thing to do is to mobilize ourselves, organize ourselves, and agitate. My friends, your voice matters. Every time you unite and talk about an issue, and not only unite, but show up. There's a song that we need. If you don't show up, nobody will see you. If you don't speak up, nobody will hear you. If you don't show up, nobody will see you. And if you don't speak up, nobody will hear you. Please show up. Show up on those protests. Protest. Don't let us suffer in the dark. I am alive here speaking to you because you guys saved my life. You did. In Arua, I was supposed to be dead. I would be dead, man. But when you guys turned out, I didn't even know you. We were not organized, but you felt for me. When I came out of that military prison, Babi showed me on social media saying, wow, you protested, and here I am. And when you saved my life, I made a pledge to myself that I'll do everything with this remaining life that you saved, because I owe it to you to also save the rest. Because not so many people are as popular as I am. Me have a semblance of safety because the media is focusing on me. But how about those in Kaperageo? You know how many Karamajong are being killed every day because of their minerals? So, I am doing this because I owe it. I owe it to you. I owe it to the future generations. I owe it to those that don't have voices. Please show up. Protest. It works. If you doubt it, remember Museveni, when he wanted to show an image of support, he even got our children from school to demonstrate against the international community when they stopped the ECOP pipeline. So now you know protests work. If you doubt the effectiveness of protests, look at me, I'm alive because of your protests. So please protest. Show that this is not about Kyagulanyi. But don't get up in the back, Kyagulanyi nawe, I can just go president. No. It's a city yala, Museveni yala, no. But it's about all of us. It's not me alone, it's all of us. Let us unite as Ugandans. As a matter of fact, it's not even about the political party I lead. Many of you know we started NUP as an electoral platform, but we are people power. And if you're a person, if you're a human being, then it's incumbent upon you, my brother, my sister. Now, kuberamu, kuwango chikola kululo, chikola ne kulwabo abali waka. Chituka katako. So tukunganenga, tukoleche tuinokola. Mbasa batemulekera utemuchi akwekalakasa muchikole. Muchikole. Don't be intimidated by the regime home. Yamuna ibaona kulaba wekalakasa, toja koma Uganda. Izembera. Enchanzi na Uganda. Katubere banji. Ate babatisa. And these people are not as sophisticated as you think. Katika mabuli, na police sometimes watu kwata na yuru mano kusula ya kama mwana mtuwani. Bosi wewa janangika. Bosi wewa abayo na so all people are oppressed, even those that jail us. So fellow Ugandans, please agitate. Speak for yourselves. Use your body and your voice. At least yourself. Nobody is going to arrest you for protesting peacefully here. So do it for the people back home. Secondly, friends, I want to encourage you to unite. I want to encourage you to unite. We've had many of our people. I see my sister here, Emily. Hi, Emily. And many of you. Let us come together. Let us come together. What unites us is much more powerful than what divides us. Here in America, does your tribe matter? No. Does your religion matter? No. Does your gender matter? No. So, Tubasaba, Baganda Bangi, come together. Come together. Don't be divided by petty things. You are taught, and I like my sister was always quoting the great Dr. Martin Luther King. He said, we either unite and live together as brothers and sisters, or we perish together as fools. So let us choose one. I think it's much easier and more beneficial to unite as brothers and sisters. Finally, be informed. Keep on tabs with what's happening back home. And then inform others. Social media is very important. Use it. Tweet and retweet. Post and share all information. Mulabi say, for slavery to end, it had to be exposed. For colonialism to end, it had to be exposed. For dictatorship to end, it has to be exposed, and all those that support it. Expose it, including the injustices that are being covered up by the international community. I'll end by informing you that the United States supports General Museveni to a tune of $1 billion US. My sister, that's your taxpayers' money. You are paying for our oppression, whether you know or you don't know. That is American taxpayers' money. Your money. Okay? This is a democracy, the biggest democracy in the world. It should not be seen to support dictatorship. But like I said, leaders don't do good things because they are good. They do the right thing because they are pressured. Please pressure this government. Pressure the US government through your elected members in Congress. They can change the policies of relating with Uganda. We've always called and we continue to call upon the US government and the European Union and all development partners to make respect for democracy, respect for the rule of law, and respect for human rights preconditions for cooperation with Uganda. If the US puts his foot down and says we are not going to sponsor that unless it's a free and fair election, Museveni will be no more. I can beat Museveni in an election, even in his house. I dare him. The reason why they stop me from even going to church is because they know people don't support them. The people of Uganda are smart. They are aware, but they are enslaved. You get what I mean, my brothers and sisters? It can change, but it won't change just like that. It will change if you agitate and make the international community ashamed of being complicit to a dictatorship in Uganda. And to you, our brothers and sisters in America, please be our friends. Project our voices. I could go on and on, but because I wanted to make this interactive, I'm sorry I took so long talking to you, but every time I'm speaking to you, I want to speak on my behalf and on behalf of all those our brothers and sisters, the hundreds or even thousands of people that are in prison for no reason. On my t-shirt, there's a young lady called Olivia Butaya. She had 2 babies. She was abducted and later arraigned in a military court, and now she's in prison for more than 2 years. Her crime is supporting me when I stood for president. We have a brother called Machete Yasini. He was abducted, tortured gravely, and thrown into a prison. His crime, being part of my campaign team. We have a brother here called Kalanzi. Kalanzi was abducted, who was stripped naked before his children. Beaten so bad. Beaten so bad. When you see him, when he removes the shirt and you see the scars on his back, it will remind you of the 17th century slaves. He's in prison for no reason. So, I speak not only on my behalf, but on behalf of all these people that cannot speak to you, and even if they were able to speak to you, they cannot speak the English that I'm speaking. Now, I'm representing them. Thank you for listening to me, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be happy to take some of your questions
Good evening, Mr. President, and we are so glad to see you. My name is Patrick Stenda. I live in Ohio, and since the opportunity is close to me, I'd like to take it. My question pertains to your partner, who has done so well, Babi Kyagulanyi. I'm a father of 2 girls, and in her work, she has done a lot with Caring Hearts to teach girls how to sew reusable pads. The website they have has a number which cannot be able to go through. Where I live in Ohio, even in my church, it is very easy for me to go to my congregation and get money and buy sewing machines in Uganda. How can we get the number of Caring Hearts, the right one, that even the website that we can log on here from US and be able to aid in that situation?
Mwana Kyagulanyi, amanya gange nze Saalongo Kitundu. Buuza ekibuuzo kino nga muddukanya w'omukutu gw'amawulire oguyitibwa agafa mu Bwengula, okusinziira wano mu masekati g'Ameka ogenyiwaddeko olwaleero. Nga addukanya omukutu gw'amawulire ngoberera abantu be boogerako, abalala bampeereza ebibuuzo. Kati ekibuuzo ekibuuza lwabo abakimpeereza. Ebirala bingi nabyo tuleka bizeemu mu Boston n'awalala, naye kino sinawulira kubanga okiddamu kubanga nga nkiwulira wano abakyogerako. Kiri nti Mwami Kyagulanyi tawakanyizibwa. Abalala bakozesa ekigambo akulembera cult, bwetawakanyizibwa kugambibwako. Sebo, ekibuuzo kyange kiri nti ekiwe kitibwe kiri oba si bwe kiri, abantu bano tubanyonyole tutya. Tuwe your example on National Unity Platform where your decision was overruled. Webale nyoso.
Mr. President, allow me to use the local dialect. Quando uzungu wanajua mungi, kasi katubiteeka mu lulimi lwaffe olw'ekyadde. Amannya z'ekyobe galamba bisensiyo. Ate nno nze President yagadde omuyita omutayiki engeri gyali yabeeri ekumutuke nateeteere. Engeri gyetutannaba kufuna mateeka gakubuuza bibuuzo. Ndowooza katuyitewo demokulasiya kakole obuuze bwe twagala Katonda atuwagadde. Ebibuuzo biringa bibiri, Mr. President. One, ensonga y'okukunga ogyogeddeko nnyo wano Uganda, naye challenge eziyina okukunga kati okufuna abantu bano bonna. I mean, it's really commendable for the team. Naye babanga ogenze ate both oli. Naye kyetwebuuza bw'obanga ogenze. Ekisookera ddala waffe ku kitebe tulinayo emmeeza in charge of ICT, in charge of emigutu. Mr. President, ffe wano tulina data ffenna. Tusobola ogamba tubeereko okusaawa emu tujja kubeerako, ali mu ddwaliro, ali mu kikadde, tujja kubeerako than having us congregated in one place. So ekyo tukiyinayo ku kitebe ntwaliyo desk interior in charge of ICT tukuŋŋaanire ng'okwo. Tinewadde biki bya signing n'obwali mulimu ki ensonga ziyitewo. Ekyokubiri, Mr. President, tukoze tutya nze nno muyita Kuzijjero how do we nip that bud? Kubanga cannot allow an outlaw ngawe yeita ndiye atabenga bwayagala akole campaign nga bwayagala fe abantu basilise. How do we nip him in the bud? Obasejo the same platforms nato tuzoko campaign that they are kustandike wanga banga basaseyo. Thank you, Mr. President.
Sebo enkola egenda kubeera bweti sayidi eno ayo omukisa sayidi ekwegaba abatambuza akazinda omu agenda kubeera eno omulala abeereyo ati we sayidi eyo mukisa gugwo.
Mr. Kyagulanyi, and it was Captain Black, Facebook, but people power magic. Na ye bisokera dala ndiwa FPC nina ziwa nino uiza kwa nice speaker na nice kuiza kwa no we have time for it in our watchman. Na ye Mr. President kwa ngatonda geza mkutano lokala. Amanya geza kandi bonye nyo muti nyende bikundu dikola chi iba kwa nijibwa. Nadam na gama ntoka side nyo kwa kuna policy makers yani kwa na Mr. Kyagulanyi kwa parliament kwa policy maker ila tukusanyika hiyo. Na ye Mr. Kyagulanyi kwa chicho kwa tomera ipo power ya tomera kuba ya Diaspora na Diaspora na bagamba kusaza ono kugenda okulonda etomera ekiteto kisako nyesira ekeka abantu mu parliament bangu yaze kwene ko gwen ekifana bayika ko gwen yaliko abantu nibamulonda. So Mr. Kyagulanyi mbadde nsaba nti omulundi ogudda ku 2006 tusengejje bannange abantu bangi nnyo omukisa abaana abato bavuganye n'abantu abekujja naawe ebifaananyi bakimanyi kino buli kifaananyi bugwen kyateeka ngenda kukola ki ngenda kuyitamu bugwen mukuziika kiba kyateeka nti ngenda kukola ki kuyitamu naye in actual sense they are really doing nothing in parliament. Mu parliament mulimu abantu batuko power luzakasa bali asatu mwenda bali ataano naye tuzopagana tumanyiko abantu nga musanvu abali really very active Ssenyonyi abo bamedani baveeko nambaze gana nagamba nno tipo power kadala kabyabufuzi iya bakigenda mu ya DP najja netumulonda mugezi nnyo. But once such people to retire tuwe abaana abato abasobola okukola abalina amaanyi omukisa opinga mu parliament tukoya abantu abajja bekuza ku point because bagala kukola kikuitamu because right now tuze tugane people power yekola ki yeriko ate politicians bagezi bamanyi ebintu ebiriko kayisinde kyekiko tukiyingiremu oba abato babajja so samisa ku point mumugambye tukola akasengejja abantu bagenda okwesimbawo tutule bwe tuti bakiba tuli tubagenda okukola oli batama nga tuba tumanyi the right person mtu oyo tuba tulonzawo mu kakiiko yabagenda okukola okwesimba okutika kyetupower naye nkubaza nnyo okutalina parliament n'omuntu omulala omukisa nobanga kugenda kuki kyaletere era ndayira nga ntya Katonda omuli okuyongera kola ki.
Thank you so much for the question. I would like to recognize one of our religious leaders here, Mr. Sheikh Abubakar Senyange Mamalachi. So, abantu baffe abakulembeze baffe mu ddiini abatukulembera wano mu nsonyiwe saamaliriza okusooka kibadde kirungi okukayisa waabo basebo balire ekirambasana ebibuuzo ndowooza oba tugende ku kimu ebinaabeera ebibiri obudde bugenda kuba butono omukulu alina obudde butono ekibuuzo kibeere kimuse brief.
Amanya gange nze Paul Sendishtigo, Mr. President ekibuuzo ky'endina ki. What are the strategic plans, or do we have a strategic team which is benchmarking and strategizing politically and economically for the 2026 elections? Because with all what is going on, we must go ahead of what is happening. But by the time we reach there, we are ready to challenge our competitors. Because it seems for them they are in the disorganization. They are trying to move. Do we have that team? and the strategies. Thank you.
Brief, sir.
Amanya, Joseph, you want to take any? So, chapter. Amanya, Joseph, Zimula Mugwanya. Nesimba wa member of parliament. Maokota North, ne Mumstaja, Vaita Hildaman, Nami Yachamba. Ngazi omuntu asooka kubuuza owaayi ku ntiko wagiraani tukuwe akazindaalo okole ki oyogere sebo ze nali sikumanyi nakusangako omulundi gumu bwe nali nkola mu bbanka ng'ogenda ew'abalooya mpanga ne tumiitinga ne twebuuzaako n'ogenda but ekintu omukulu obalazeewa kyabuuzizza okusengejja mu ba MP abantu bantuma kino baŋŋamba twandikuwadde oli mutabani w'omugenzi Bulamugwanya ate yakola zinayimirira mu church ne Judaman ne batuyita ne Father ali Chibi ali very popular. Yes, yali tantegedde naye bwe namugamba n'entebe nga gyatuddemu kitange yakola ki n'amabaati naye ne ŋŋamba nze omutima gwe nnina eri ki constituency eno abantu bonna ne bakwata ku ki buli omu n'atandika okwogerawo wowe kulinga omuzimu okukoze eki okuzukuse kati obugambo obubadde butono naffe gye tuli abavubuka abalina amagezi nze natambula ensi nnyingi naye nali njagala nnyo era nja kikola okulaba nga nteekayo factory abavubuka bafune emirimu era nakigezaako ne mbagamba amakolero muki mu mawokota honorable walaba ebipande byange nabyetimbiranga n'abavubuka oweri bajja ne banywenyaamu awo naye nze nali mukumu honorable londa bulungi n'abali eyo bonna abavubuka balina potential nze nali mbwagalira ddala nali njagala nagenda paka eyo ku bizinga naye ne baŋŋamba honorable wamulabyeko ne bakinguza abantu ne batukako ne mugamba musango nasanga ne woman MP right now
sebo obuuza ekibuuzo
ekibuuzo akitegedde wendi okuteeka honorable Hildamani namuvaamu
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. On the name of Romano Moise, born in Uganda, but I'm a Congolese by nationality. My question is, before I didn't like things of politics, but when I started hearing about Bobi Wine, I got so much interested in politics, so much. But it is always complicated, the way I see it, leadership in Uganda, because I understand by the time of Besigye, people say he won the elections, but he didn't become the president. And again, we believe that Bobi Wine won the elections, but he didn't become the president. So what do we think can bring that to an end? That's my question.
Sebo jjange Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Amanya gange bamukozi liga kaganda. Nze mu bakwasabasajja ekibuzo kyange kikwatagana twakuwagira bulungi nnyo nga tetufuddeeyo kuba museveni yatutama naye bwe kyatandika batulya buli bwe bagenda baapologize nga bagamba NUP kibiina ky'Abaganda ne mu apologizinga ne mudde ebbali ne muwetanga kuwona. Ekibuzo kyali kiri oli Muganda nange ndi Muganda, NUP kibiina kya national yonna tukimanyi, naye naffe Abaganda tulina ebyaffe byetwagala nga federo sinawulira ku NUP ebira ku federo ndiko wadipu sinawulira kuvuga ya federo naye nga Abaganda tugenda ate kati tuwagira omukeena n'abatuwagira njakumanya sitandi ya NUP ereeta ku nsonga za Buganda kubanga naffe tukoye okwapologizingira abantu abalala ne bava eri ne boogera ebyabwe ne bitamu. Omuganda bw'oyogerako mubagamba oli tribalism tukirabira wano nga nkikabuga kwano baffe betubeera nabo obagamba ne bannange Buganda sebo kampuni nasomera Mwesta University nagikolera Bushenyi badiranga ne bakola diary ne bakola enzizi nga region emu eya Buganda esakosalinga region zendala zonna naye twagala tumanye NUP esigadde oba tuwaayo 40% mu national budget yaffe esigalewo kwekole ku bintu byaffe muyimiridde wagguli NUP buli twezi
sebe ekibuuzo kitegerekese. Tubulayo omuntu omu Ohio badde njagala omwami oyo owa Ohio abeereko kyabuuza then tugalewo ebibuuzo omukulembeze waffe asobole okubiddamu tugendemu.
Ekibuuzo kyange ekijja kwawukana nnyo eky'omukulu ono twabuda kyendowooza. Njagala okubuuza Mr. President, nteekateeka ki gy'otaddewo eri abantu baffe abatindika ennyindo ne bagenda ne balonda ate ne bawangula ne bakomekezebwa nga tebafunyeemu kubanga ekibamalamu nnyo amaanyi. So otaddewo nteekateeka ki egenda okubagamba nti next time mujja okulonda mugenda kubashuwa nti omuwangula mujja kufuna ebifo yabwe muwangudde kubanga banakwedde bawangudde ababadde obululu ne bababba ne babavuluga ne batafunamu. So kati abantu balaba nga okujja okulonda kibamazeemu nnyo amaanyi. Otaddewo nteekateeka kinga omukulembeze okugamba nti akalo kaffe kajja kuba situwali bwe tunaakawangula tujja kufuna ebifo ebyo. Webale nnyo webale ddala.
Asobolera nyabo atufune ekibuuzo kya mukulu waffe mu ddiini wano tube nga tugalawo ebibuuzo.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah wa ba'd. Tendereza Allah atukungaanyiza wano eno tegubadde buyinza waffe wabula kusiima era nakwagala kwa Allah. So mukama waffe mukulu Robert Kyagulanyi ekibuuzo kyange amanya by the way mpulidde buli omu atandika yeyanjula amanya nze Abubakar Senyange Mamlaki nkulembera wano abasiraamu sikulembera bukulembezi wabula ndi muweereza mu kibiina kyaffe wano ekiyitibwa Uganda Muslims of Midwest ate era ne ku lukiiko olwa ekibiina ekitwala abasiraamu bonna wano mu Amerika nga kyo kifokasinze nnyo ku nsonga y'okubeera nga kizimba community centers. Tukere ku makya nga tulina olukuŋŋaana nga luno olwa Nuupu tugambe nti community center yaffe y'abasiraamu tubawadde mujje mutuulira ekiyitibwa center for the Ugandan American Muslim Community kyenkola nga imaamu waakyo ekyo kya national then era nga nze sekaama waakyo. Barakallahu fikum. mu bufunze ekibuuzo kyange kiri kimu. Ekisembayo just nja kuba mpa buwi just kawasuya muganda wange mukulu waffe Kyagulanyi. Ekibuuzo ekisooka, mukama waffe we tutunuulira olukiiko lwa National Unity Platform olukulembeze oba eyitibwa executive, nzemu omusiraamu nkakasa n'abasiraamu abali eyo ndina omukisa gidi eno nasaaziza Seattle, America eno ngitambula nga nsaaza abasiraamu n'okukola daawa mu bintu ebyenjawulo. Naye ne wano gye Chicago era baasaala banaye n'abantu baffe abali wano bwe muwuliranga yidi nga tulanze nti yidi eri wano mujje, tewutolinayo invitation ndala kasita olaba kafulaya. Naye sebo mukama wange we tutunuulira executive committee eya National Unity Platform ng'abasiraamu twagala bino nga boolaba mwatadde ekkomo ku myaka omukulembeze yenna ali mu National Unity Platform gy'alina okukola ki okukulembera ebisanja bibiri. Twagala era mutulageko, ekyo kitulaga nti mujja komyawo ebisanja senga oyingira mu bukulembeze. Alhamdulillah. Then era mu bukulembeze obwo bwennyini tusaba tulabeko nga ffe abasiraamu nti at least vice wa president Kyagulanyi tulina waawo omusiraamu. Flavia akonye n'agamba kituufu. Tulabewo omusiraamu. Olukiiko lwonna simanyi hierarchy eri etya, abakulembeze awo etambula etya, at least twagala tulabe nga mulimukko eri mingled executive nga wangulu awaawe wasookerwako nti ebintu nebiba bigize baga nti National Unity Platform etekinze over waliwo awo omusiraamu nga mulimu Abubakar, mulimu Muwanga Kivumbi Muhammad, mulimu baani abali awo ku lusegere inshallah. Kubanga we tutunuulira ne ba deputies bo awo nate wali musiraamu, we tutunuulira awo n'abasookerako awo basekamu vice sekamu abo nate wali musiraamu, secretary n'ebirala. Then era we tudda ku side eno ey'abannaffe eya NRM nabeera batulaga ekifaananyi kyekimu. Wotunuulira president kukkirira awo wonna tewali muki abasiraamu batuwanga sekamu zaata mukadde waffe yagambanga byaba deputy n'ebisigadde. Sebo nsaba inshallah tulage ekifaananyi ekirungi eri abasiraamu mu ggwanga lyaffe Uganda n'okutwaliza wamu ensi yonna. Tubalage nti National Unity Platform tulaba tuzze eddiini tetujja kuba kusosola enagana wabula tujja kukolera wamu. Akasembayo sebo biidhinillahi tabaraka wa taala muganda wange sebo keko okuba nti tuwulira ne bannabyabufuzi nga mwogera ku mukulembeze waffe yali omukulembeze Idi Amin alayhi rahmatullah, Allah musaasire, yakola byeyakola, ebyasoba byamusobako, naye badde nsaba tukyuseemu we tuba tumwogerako. Waliwo abatera omuyita amanyanya naye kale alina ebyamusobako ng'omuntu, naye abange Idi Amin tumwogereko tugambe bw'oba osazeewo muyita dictator kiri gy'oli neteekako ekigamba dictator yali ayagala ensi ye. Abo wenakuwulira ng'okwogedde mukama wange badictator balina enjawulo. Waliwo dictator nga tayagala nsi ye, naye dictator Idi Amin bw'oba osazeewo kimuyita nze sobola kimuyita teekako eyali ayagala ensi ye. Uganda oseniyo ebyo byonna bya Idi Amin n'ebirala wabarakallahu fikum.
Ate omukyala omu yekka gwemusemba naye omukyala pulizi bannaye ekifo kino kirinako obudde bagenda tuguba wano nga tetusobodde kuyisiga asebo mbeera yeeyo.
I'm a big fan. I love you. I admire your courage, your strength. Woba oseeyo tambula bulungi, omuwalo omulungi ennyo, muganda waffe, omulamu waffe, omugambe tumwagala nnyo era yerayo.
Abakyala tugwamu tutya obutiitiizi waffe tubeera wano ne tweraliikirira abe waffe bwe tunaayogera bajja kubatta babo babagoba ku ttaka kiki ddala ekinatumalawo obutiitiizi obwo.
Hi everyone. People power. Our power.
People power.
NUP. Everywhere. So now I have a question. I want to talk about the election process. Why should we go into elections when we know it will be stolen? Are we prepared? Okay. I think we should go. We should get it the way it is because if we're gonna just waste time again, for example, mark election again.
Mr. President, ekibuuzo kiri nti tulina baganda baffe abali mu makomera, baganda baffe abakubiddwa, baganda baffe nga famire zaabwe teziri bulungi olwa struggle. Waliwo enteekateeka Mr. President ezikungiddwawo okuwa waakiri obuyambi okuva eri oyo yonna abeera asobola okulaba ng'akwasizaako abantu abo abayisiddwa mu mbeera eno.
Kitegeerekesa ekibuuzo.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Anya Hewitt. I would like to express my gratitude for your presence today and everyone who came to support our collective future. As a young person, I'm able to see positive change in our community and in our country. And I believe that you are our president to lead us forward. However, I recognize that there may be older generations who are resistant to change and may not share our vision to the future. So my question is, how can we as a young generation support your campaign and convince our older generation that change is necessary? And those also who don't think that change is possible. Thank you for your time and for your dedication to create a better future for all.
Atukkirize ekiseera kino tukiwe obukulembeze atuddemu ebibuuzo byaffe olw'obudde obugenze nnyo. Mr. President.
Yeah, thank you very much, brother. I recognize that some of our leaders have gone ahead of us to prepare where we are going tomorrow. And also some of the people that asked questions are actually not in the house, but I'll respond nevertheless because the questions that we ask, we don't ask only on our behalf, we also ask on behalf of others that can raise their voices. Patrick Chitenda, yabuziza Patrick Chitenda asked, I'll respond in the language that somebody asked. I hope that is okay. Patrick Chitenda was asking how he or other people can be able to support the Caring Hearts initiative. Thank you first of all for paying attention to it. This is something that Babi, my wife, has been doing for the last 12 years as her own small way of giving back to the girl child. Babi is a village girl, and those village girls like to support fellow village girls. So I try to support her when I can. You are asking for her number. I'm going to give you the number, but if any of you calls and start saying other things, please treat that as a joke. I'll give you the number where you can reach her, and that number is Compel. Sure, I'm going to give the number to our chapter leader here. Yes. And thank you, Flavia, for guiding. But you won't have a bad But thank you very much for the support. You can also reach them at their website, caringartsuganda.com. You can inbox her on Facebook and Instagram, Babi Kyagulanyi, and also on Twitter. Thank you. Salongo Chigundu asked Kyagulanyi, there's a narrative that Kyagulanyi tabanyikanyizibwa. Kyagulanyi tasobya, tali wrong. How true is that? And if it's true, what is the evidence to that? Has there been any particular scenario that I can point at where I was overruled? Thank you for that question. I remember in my opening remarks I said, I came here first and foremost to report to you and to pick your thoughts, because we believe in servant leadership. We don't just say it, we act it. And that is why I am here. I'm here because I am answerable to you. I'm here because we are answerable to you. And that is what we preach. Many times I'm wrong. I'm not here because I'm the most experienced or the most educated. No. I'm here because I want to encourage other people that undermine themselves to know that everybody can be equally important. We want one case where I was overruled. There has been many, but the most recent was when we were promulgating our constitution. In our constitution, the MUP, it was suggested that we asserted that we are a non-violent organization. I stood up, I gave a very impassioned speech to the delegates conference and told them that while we believe in non-violence, we must not commit ourselves to non-violence because we are dealing with rebels. And as a student of Malcolm X, I believe that we should get our freedom by any means necessary. I even gave an example. They clapped just like you're clapping because I was telling them the truth. I gave so many examples. I told them when elections were rigged in 1987, went to the bush, and that is what tilted things. Today, the Tigrians had to pick up arms. And after Mandela teaching us that non-violence only works when the oppressor has a certain degree of morality, unlike those people that were running the apartheid government. And I even give an example that Nelson Mandela, much as we glorify him, he was forced to start a violent wing, unarmed wing called Mkondo Usizwe, when they had the African National Congress, ANC. They clapped. So I told them, brothers and sisters, while we believe in non-violence, we must not lock ourselves. We must allow people, those who feel that the only way to fight off Museveni is to pick up guns. Why do you lock them out? So I asked the colleagues that we shouldn't put the word non-violent. We should leave it so that those who want violence, don't tie them. They clapped as if they supported me. And we put it to a vote. And they voted me out. And I lost. And I saluted them because we believe in democracy. That is the most recent that I was ruled out. And there are many ways. This message that I'm giving you, brothers and sisters, sometimes, in fact, most times, if not all times, we discuss it with the team. There are so many things that I would have told you people that I can't tell you because I'm a leader who is leading many people, even those that don't agree with my personality, with my anger, everything. Because I am subjected to a thought that encompasses all of us. So Kyagulanyi asobola okusobya ssebo. Kyagulanyi si mutuukirivu. Kyagulanyi is not a boss, he's a servant. Thank you very much. My brother Chobe Ojawa Goendiga asked whether we have an ICT desk. Oh yes, we do. We do, but we need help, more ideas, more thoughts. So if you seek to add any value or any resourcefulness to our ICT team, please contact the chapter leader here, and we will be very happy to learn from you. You guys live in the first world. We'll be doing it at He also asked about Museveni's son, who was the outlaw, and how to deal with him. We defeated the father, and then you bring the baby. This is a dictator's son, a spoiled dictator's son that is being pampered. But you know that he has no stand wherever. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I know. That's what. So to dealing with a dictator, don't be diverted by the son of a dictator. We have a dictator to deal with. Without Museveni, all these people will disappear in thin air. So let us remove the dictator. Ichibanyi, Chigwename. Kimolavu. Kimolavu, and I'm very glad achogedeko nti yakubanga NUP amaji munange mbera ku social media mbasi balaba naye nga amalengera era mbeera ndaba kirungi munange naawe okimanyi kakasa kwali online abeera alaba kirungi naawe okirabe yamaji amavundu wali tukubaga abwerere twali tetulwana naawe twali tulwanirira gwe mwena tubalwanirira bino si byaffe ng'abantu wabula buli omu Uganda bwe banungi buli omu abenefitinga buli omu. So ndi musanyufu kubanga okirabye naye ate ensonga gyoyogeddeko mwana atu ntuufu ogambye nti ba MP abamu twatomera kituufu twatandika National Unity Platform yabula emyezi 2 ogenda mulanda tekibangawo mu nsi yonna kukyanga etondero. So buli kimu we are learning on the job. Bangi betwatomera ne bangi abalungi nera betwatomera olabanga bagenda besinga ejja mpolampola empulunguse nga zidda ku. So nga bwe tutera okubagamba abantu mujja balabira ku bikolwa byabwe era mujja balabira ku bikolwa byabwe temubalaba mmwe kati ate nyongereko kyabwe. So of course tuyiga buli lunaku. We can't be perfect. We keep learning. Never know when nzize kuyiga era bye mbayizeeko ngenda bizaayo nsubira nti nange waliwo ekitono kyendese erimu naye awangi. Paul asked what are the strategic plans for 2026. My brother Paul, I think we got a very good answer from our sister Emily here. Paul, we won the election, but we did not take authority because our nation is under captivity. So when you are captured, and then you start looking into an election for liberation, you surprise me. Wawangula, singa ibadde byaddala yenze president wa Uganda omutuufu tebula nti ndi mutono yenze engalo zikoma eno. So tulina omulimu munene nnyo. Oyinza okubeera n'ekyapa ky'ennyumba n'ogamba kino ekyapa kirala n'okijjayo nga kituufu n'ogenda ne mulansi n'okerera nga kituufu n'ogamba ennyumba yange n'ekyapa kikino n'okuba mu ngalo naye nga waliwo abatemu abakirimu abagambye nti kale jangu wano tukutemete. So we have an uphill task to liberate our country. Bannayuganda basobole okubeera nga kibasalawo nga kikyo kubanga temulina buyinza, tekimatali ng'oboosazeewo batosazeewo, kitugezaako okukyusa. Bannayuganda babeere nga bwe basalawo nga kibeera kyekyo. That is the effort that we are on. So let us agitate so that if we are able to go into an election, tumanyi jamawanga nga US tekagenda kwendosinga dictator, because America came out with a statement declaring that the election was neither free nor fair. A few months later, they're in business with the dictator. The dictator is taking pictures with Biden. You have to agitate. Otherwise, we shouldn't be reduced into going to ceremonial elections. That's not our plan. Elections are not bad. I'll tell you that if at all we have to get to be part of any election like we've been in the by-elections, people are to get kulabisa. Even an opportunity, kulaga bannayuganda omanyi muli bakujukiza. So, tuba twagala kushininga tocha nti mulaba neera mulaba paka namwe munanyiga ekimala. Ninze bakubiriza munyige kati muleme kunyiga lulingo obudebisi. Zimula mugwanya asawulinyide nga kwa campaign. Zimula chirisha naye ida manuamuli awe bana maokota. However, let us work together. Let us all work together, because what we're fighting for is beyond positions. You can even serve when you're not MP, but you can also become MP anytime. So let's work together, let's join hands and create a Uganda where people can elect. I think I'll leave that at that. My brother from Congo, Olise, was asking what can we do to bring an end to rigging election? By removing a dictator. What can we do to remove a dictator? By doing some of the things that I've talked about and many more. Many ideas. You know, removing a dictator is a huge subject. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We take it step by step, but we make sure we keep putting one foot in front of the other. Every time, every day, every week, every month. Luzi, musajja wa Kabaka, agambye nti ng'Abaganda tulina bye twagala. Era ebiseera ebimu kubagamba NUP kibiina ky'Abaganda ne tushayinga awe. Omukulu Luzi musajja wa Kabaka, nze Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Nze ni mutabani wa Ssentamu ekanoni, ndi muzzukulu wa Walakire Bubuule. Yalinga mu lukiiko lwa Buganda mu J5, mu J6 ne mu J7. Yattibwa kwa yali omukwekera ba Museveni. Yali mutabani wa Siteri Ssentamu, ye yagatta ekitundu ekyo kyakyotera kyonna ku Buganda, baali baziba. Yali mutabani w'omusajja gwe baali bayita Kyamunyolo yali mutabani wa Katikkiro wa Buganda gwe bayitanga Kayiira Kamalabyonna, yatandikirwako erinnya lya Kamalabyonna. Mu lulyo lw'evaamu twavaamu ne Bakatikkiro 7 okuva 1745 mpaka 1888 Ssekabaka Mwanga. Bajjajja nga baddiringana bannabembezi Bakaddu Wamala Basekayiba baalinga Bakatikkiro ba Buganda. Ndi musajja Muganda. Naye bwe mba ndiringana ensonga za Uganda, ndi Mukatuliki, naye Bukatuliki bwange buleka ku mulyango. Bwe nfuluma ennyumba yange fulumanga Munnayuganda. Ndi musajja Muganda, naye bwe mba ngenda okudiringana ensonga za Uganda, Obuganda bwange buleka ku mulyango. Bwe nfuluma ne nfuuka Munnayuganda kuba tulina Abanubi, tulina Abateeso, tulina Abanyankole, tulina Abakiga, tuli Bannayuganda. Ate era Uganda is not a tribe. Uganda is a nation. Ina tribes nyingi abasese eyali tribe yabo. Abalungi eyali tribe yabo. Abanyala eyali tribe yabo n'abalala. Sekabaka kintu emyaka 8 egiyise yatugatta ne tufuka nation, and we continue to incorporate other nations. Coach yekata ku Buganda ku mulembe kwa Kabaka Mwanga myaka ndozanga 10 egiyise. And if we had gone with that Pan-Africanism, all you are saying that East Africa is one nation, or even Africa, I believe Africa should be a nation. I believe we shouldn't have borders in Africa. Those borders are colonial. So I believe we are one. And this struggle is one. We must not be reduced. I strongly believe that our differences make us unique. Bali unique ngapo abakana moja baina chibagala bali unique ngapo abachiga baina chibagala bali unique ngapo. But right now we are fighting first of all for survival of all of us. We are all slaves. All of us. We don't even have a right to talk about who we are. We shall crush you like we've done in the past. So tokkiriza Museveni ku alienatinga sawa zino fight jenkulembedde si abaganda bokka y'abannayuganda bonna. Tokkiriza no, I'm a proud Uganda, but I believe in a bigger Africa. Chokola nebe nagendo kwa sawa sawa atenga yalingi enkola yaffe. I believe every ethnicity has special interests and we must respect them. Neka sawa zimete tuliko omwana nga mazeni na kunya talia. Noja no mubuzo nolya pizza oba nolya mchele. Twagala mmere. Twagala kubeera free. Twagala kubeera free. Twagala fengafe. But tunabeera free, then we can determine ourselves. Unfortunately, ekigambo federal Bachiganda was a federal. But even US is a federal state. South Africa is a federal state. Maybe if there was federal in Uganda, Karamoja would benefit more than Uganda. Because Karamoja is richer than all these other places. Maybe Bunyoro would benefit even more than Uganda because Bunyoro is an oil city. But now we have a big fight for Uganda. After we win the fight for Uganda, then Uganda, the Bunyoro, the Karamoja, and all those people, but they will call us self-determination and recognize the interests of our people. But I represent all the people of Uganda. Thank you very much. I don't know who was asking this, but we're asking what plans do we have to ensure that we are declared winners. What can I say? I've been answering this again and again and again and again. Let's keep fighting. If we are empowered enough, if we are united enough, if we are determined enough, then we can be declared. But before then, we are still under subjugation. Swapa Abube Kasenyango Enyoni Abuziza naye baba dabuza chapter ya 1 nga between abasilamu bamala. That's a very legitimate question. Yes sir. Owadobuza kubesinga sebe yonsonga nkulu nnyo ate no togibuziza abasilamu bokka kikibuzo n'abakyala bakimbuuza. Yes, kati wano bwebandikimbuuza nandikizeemu ng'andatta kubanga kulya chapter ya 1 mukyala. Naye ne waffe bakitubuuza ne bagaa naye abakyala nga tetubalabawo baliwa. I agree. We are still work in progress, my brother. Gabe kugambe, among our values, inclusiveness is one of them. We want to include everybody. People power of a national unity platform. We are still work in progress. Zengo omuntu nga akulembera National Unity Platform mbirivingira mu inclusiveness. Ate sinze nakitandika naye kyanzalibwamu. Ne mu context y'abasiraamu kadde wange. Sebo yenze swipe. Ate sikubeera bwezi swipe. Naye I have great respect for Muslims. Wanga jaji yange yampuza. Ate nga yemuzadde katika kunsigaza. Naye emyaka 14. Yaja ati aida kyosinga onanya. Kakasa abasiraamu ababundi bwammanyi. Alawaji Musa agalenkana wa ematanga. So I am connected with Muslims. Interestingly, most of my friends are Muslims. But beyond me, we also have an effort to be as inclusive as possible. Yes, tetulina bamala kubanga tetulina bafuna. Betweenawo tulina Ajati Aisha, Kabanda, Deputy Secretary General, n'abalala. But we believe Shamim Malindi, mwana tukatiza ate kuungama tubasiramu kubanze mba tunya situmu ya dini yabwe zindaba ba comrades. But it's very, very important. Nadala communities ezili oppressed, abasiramu bali oppressed nyo Uganda bumukwatibwa nga muli babiri amateeka gakola kyanjawulo. Gwe atali musiramu amateeka gakola you are innocent until proven guilty. Omusiramu guba gukusinze paka we proving until innocent. So we understand that there are oppressed communities need to be represented. So I've noted that Sibo Kusoso Chiulida, naye we will make an even bigger effort to make sure that our brothers and sisters, the Muslims, see themselves. Wano mbade ngenda kujja we twaze wano US twaja n'ababaka ba parliament n'abadde ne honorable Mwanda Kunyinji ye MP wa Kyaddondo East yanzibira Mpigere musajja musiramu. N'abadde ne honorable Mulima Mayuni Abdallah musajja musiramu. Beba MPs benaze nabo. Omu ye minister wa internal affairs mu government yaffe, omulala ye minister wa foreign affairs mu government yaffe. Twabadde nabe Washington etukola emirimu egiri official bone bakola ki ne beeyongerayo ne badde Kampala ate nange nenzija wano. Naye era tekimala. We shall continue and continue. We are work in progress. We are certainly not where we want to be, but we are on the road to where we want to be. So we are in ekirowozo ekyo wakukituwa tujja kufuba as much as possible okubeera inclusive nga bwekyetaagisa. Wayogedde ne ku former president wa Uganda Idi Amin tiyali dictator. Toyagala bawulienga bagamba nti yali dictator. Ojja kunsonyiwa mukadde wange naye nja kiddamu nti General Idi Amin yali dictator. Yali musajja mulungi nnyo mu kuweerezebwa nga yali ayagala nnyo ensi nnyo, yagala nnyo Uganda. Malwaliro mangi getulina gali Idi Amin. Mwabali wano mu America ne mu diaspora z'endala ebizimbe betulina Idi Amin ye yabigula. Teyali musajja muyigirize nnyo naye yali ayagala nnyo ensi ye. Nga bw'olaba Muammar Gaddafi naye yafeilinga ku nsonga ya democracy. Omwana osobola omuzaala n'omusomesa n'omuwa buli kimu naye bw'akula ng'ayagala kuwasoba kufumbirwa n'omuganda asobola okukyawa obulamu bwe bwonna. So let us learn that ne bw'okola buli kimu kyonna abantu balina okubawa eddembe lyabwe. Kyanaku nti ate ye dictator Museveni ate ye mufu nnyo nnyo nti amekinga Idi Amin okubeera ng'omutuukira. Idi Amin yakola ebirungi bingi naye ate ebibi bye yakola nabyo tubyogerako, tetulina kwekiriranya. Kisobole otuyamba naafe abaliwo tukope ebirungi bye yakola, ebibi bye yakola tubikyayire ddala ddala. Margaret Kibaya sengo wa manyinazi abuza mtugwamu tutya obutiitiizi. Margaret Mandela yatugamba nti obuvumu si kuba nti tewali kutya n'obuvumu okusobola okuvunuka okutya. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the ability to overcome the fear. Lo tebagitunda mu dduuka ogera bukozi ku makya n'ogamba kati kimala sena nange ntyamu olwolumu naye otuuka ne bikusukako otunula emabega ne maaso nga tewali kiddako n'ogamba naye buno obusajja olwasiisi bupambana ate mwana atuukera obunyenyamu nga temuli. So bwe tutya batutya nnyo balina emmundu balina emizinga balina tiyagasi naye batutya nga tukutte akazindaalo kano bwe kati. So temubatya nnyo yeffe bye batusinga okutya. Ina ebikese basobola tutta ffena ne batumalamu. Naye ate ne bw'onootya nze ndowooza ekyo ky'olina okusinga okutya kwekera ku makya n'odda e Kampala ng'olina emyaka 75 nga tewakyali chansi ndala ng'olinze kufa bubi. Ekyo kye mbasaba mutye okusinga okutya bano ba dictator. Emily spoke to it. She was, and I used your statement to answer my colleague. Very finally, Brother Masembi was asking what are the plans to help the political prisoners. Well, we're trying to do what we can. We have our lawyers that continue to argue cases in the military court for the political prisoners. But as you know, that there's no rule of law in Uganda. We also try to support their families. Many of them have families. Olivia retired. She left. She was a single mother. She left behind 2 daughters. A son and a daughter, sorry. Kalanzi left a family behind. Many of them left families. We have always been supported by you, friends. And I also want to continue to call upon you. Whoever can support, you can even be there, and many of them have been reaching our welfare offices, and others have also worked with my wife to support these families. So if you can support, even if one child, and say, okay, we have a political prisoner, but I'll take on this little girl and keep her in school. We appreciate that. It is the hardest thing that I face every day, having to look in the eyes of the parents or relatives of these prisoners. I always get this survival syndrome. They look at me as if asking, how come you're not in prison? So, it's a challenge. You can continue to support us in various ways. We do what we can with the major resources that we have, but to continue to encourage support from you, friends. Very, very finally, before I give this message that I've been given by our former diaspora leader, my sister was asking, I did not know your name. Ida. Ida was asking how the young generation can support the change. Ida, there are various ways that the young generation can support, but first, get involved. Get involved, and when you get involved, just by your own involvement, just by you tweeting about the situation in Uganda, and suggesting options, agitating and encouraging those, especially those that are on ground, by sharing our content, sharing our messages, ensuring they go far and wide, by tagging the relevant offices and relevant individuals. You are involved, and it will go on like that. You see the struggle, we just have to put the first foot in there. And like I say, keep putting one foot in front of the other. There's a plethora of things that we can do together. Just get involved, stay involved. You can support ideologically, practically, financially, and many other ways. Just be in touch with our leadership here, and then we can all be in touch globally. Finally, I was given this message and ask that in case anybody wants to support financially, there's a fundraising table with Aaron and Miss Harriet. Who is that? Yeah, right there. You can be in touch with her, and that way you'll be supporting us practically and financially. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really, really glad that we met. I look forward to seeing you. I thank you for your involvement. I thank you for your contributions. And I was told that we're going to have an opportunity to take pictures. Some of you that would like to take pictures, please remember I've put on my favorite suit so the pictures will look nice. Thank you very much.
You're watching Diaspora Connect UG. The views expressed on this program or commentary are solely of the individuals providing them and do not represent or reflect the official policy or position of this YouTube channel or its management. You've been watching Diaspora Connect UG, bringing you closer to home.